Are you creating content day in and day out, but still feel like you're completely invisible? Look, if you're a founder or a creator and you're putting in all the hours but not seeing any of the results, this is for you. We're about to unpack why just working harder isn't the answer and how one simple shift can literally change everything. So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're on the content treadmill. You're posting, you're showing up every single day, but the traction, it's just not there. It's this really painful gap, right, between the sheer volume of your work and the recognition you feel you deserve. If you've ever felt like you're just shouting into the void, trust me, you are not alone. Okay, let's get into it. This feeling, this whole situation, it actually has a name. We call it the invisibility trap. And it's so important to know this isn't a personal failing. It's a strategic challenge. And, just understanding it is the very first step to getting out of it. So what exactly is digital invisibility? Well, it's that frustrating gap between putting in a ton of effort and getting almost no recognition back. It's when your message, no matter how many times you blast it out there, just fails to connect. It's basically the reason why the whole just do more strategy almost always leads to burnout, not a breakthrough.
And that brings us to the core conflict, the big idea we're tackling here. See, most people completely misdiagnose the problem of invisibility, and because of that, they head down a totally wrong path. They get stuck in this battle of volume versus clarity.
The classic misdiagnosis, the thing we all tell ourselves is, if I'm not being seen, I just need to post more. The thinking is, if I'm louder, if I'm everywhere, then people have to notice me. But this brute force, numbers game approach, it's a recipe for exhaustion, not success. Okay, I love this slide because it just lays it all out. On one side, you have volume, which is really just guesswork. It's about more posts, a scattered, almost frantic effort, and just chasing the vanity metric of reach. But on the other side, you've got clarity. And that is all about intention. It's about having one clear idea, about being findable, which is so different from being everywhere, and building real, genuine recognition over time. Let me show you how this actually plays out. This isn't just theory, okay? Let's look at the story of a real creator who was stuck in this exact trap. So here's the deal. We have a creator who was posting religiously every single day, but their audience growth was completely flat. From the outside, you'd think they were doing everything right, but the results just weren't there. And the crucial thing to understand is the problem was not their work ethic. So we dug in a little deeper, and the real issue became so obvious. Their message was all over the place. One day they're posting about one thing, the next day something totally different. Imagine you're a new visitor landing on their profile. You'd have no idea what they were about. There was no clear signal, nothing to grab onto. They were just plain hard to understand. So they tried something different. They simplified. For 1 week, they focused all their energy on sharing a single clear idea, just in different ways. And the result? It was immediate. People who had been following them for months started commenting things like, "Oh, I finally get what you do." Now that is the power of clarity. It creates that aha moment for your audience. So how do you make this shift for yourself? How do you go from being scattered to being crystal clear? Well, the solution is super tactical, and it's something you can literally implement this week. It's called setting your first clarity anchor. A clarity anchor is a simple but really powerful concept. It is one core idea that you anchor all, and I mean all, of your content to for a set amount of time. Think of it like your North Star. It guides every single thing you create and post. And here's just how simple it is to get started. Step 1, choose one core idea. That's it, just one. What is the single concept you want to be known for, just for this week? Step 2, share it clearly. No jargon, no confusion. Make it painfully obvious. And finally, step 3, share it repeatedly. Anchor every post, every story, every single piece of content for the week back to this one idea. Let's move on because this is where it all starts to click. When you implement a clarity anchor, you're making a fundamental shift in your whole approach. You're moving from a place of just hoping something lands to knowing exactly what you're trying to say. It is the shift from guesswork to intention. See, when you start operating from a place of clarity, you begin to create what are called recognizable signals. You can think of these like breadcrumbs you're leaving for your audience to find you. They're the consistent, clear messages that cut through all the noise, making your work easy to remember and, this is the key part, easy to discover. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this.
True visibility isn't a shouting match. It is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the easiest to find and the clearest to understand. It's about making it effortless for the right people to see exactly what you stand for. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. Visibility begins when you stop waiting for certainty and start showing up where people can find you. It's such a powerful call to action, right? Stop overthinking it, stop waiting to have it all figured out, and just start creating those clear, recognizable signals that let your audience find their way to you. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about, like right now. What is the one idea you want to be known for? What is that first clarity anchor you are going to set? And don't think about next month or next year. Just think about this week. Because once you make that shift, you move from guesswork to intention. And this one little anchor, it's just the first step. For those of you who are ready to build a complete visibility strategy on top of this foundation, we've got a link with more support. Thanks for joining me.